Approaching a colleague with a direct, high-stakes request is often the most efficient way to invite a rejection. When you ask for a major favor without preparation, you risk appearing overmatched by your workload, which can diminish your perceived value in a professional setting. This reaction is biological. Human beings have a natural aversion to sudden demands on their time. When faced with a direct order or a massive request, the subconscious brain treats it as an intrusion, instantly erecting a defensive wall. To get a different result, you have to move away from direct requests and toward a sequence of interactions that redirect this resistance. By utilizing specific psychological triggers, it is possible to structure a situation where the other person views helping you as a benefit to themselves. This approach shifts the dynamic of the workplace. Instead of operating as a person who needs constant assistance, you become someone who understands how to coordinate the efforts of those around you. To begin this process, identify the individual whose cooperation you need. Clearly define the specific outcome you want, such as the completion of a complex report or a long-term project. You will also need a few everyday items to facilitate the initial interaction. Something as simple as a pen or a phone charger will work. It is important to acknowledge that these techniques are designed to influence behavior through psychological pressure. View this information as a tool for navigating difficult social environments and protecting your own interests, rather than a license to manipulate others for sport. Step 1 applies when the target is indifferent or even hostile toward you. In these cases, your instinct might be to do something nice for them, but that often feels transparent and forced. Instead, try asking them for a very small, low-stakes favor. Request to borrow their charger for a few minutes, or ask to use their pen to sign a document. When they agree to this minor request, it creates a state of cognitive dissonance. Their brain is forced to reconcile two conflicting facts. They don't like you, yet they are helping you. To resolve this mental friction, their subconscious reevaluates their opinion of you. The brain seeks consistency, so it adopts a new narrative, concluding that because they helped you, you must be someone they find acceptable. This shifts the baseline of the relationship. By starting with a trivial item, you create an opening where they are more receptive to future interactions. Now that the initial hostility has been softened, you must avoid the temptation to jump straight to your largest request. Moving too fast will trigger the same defensive response you've been working to avoid. Instead, initiate a micro-request that requires very little effort, such as asking them to glance at a single page of a document for 2 minutes. This is the foot-in-the-door technique, establishing a pattern of agreement. After the 2-minute task, move to a slightly larger ask. With each yes, they become habituated to helping. Eventually, they build a self-image as your collaborator for the major project. This series of small commitments creates psychological momentum. Because they have spent time assisting you on smaller tasks, refusing the larger request would feel inconsistent with their established behavior. You are now ready to present the primary task. Many people approach this by complaining about their own stress levels or begging for help because they are overwhelmed. Focusing on your own struggle frames you as a burden. It forces the other person to take on your negative emotions, which makes them want to avoid the task entirely. To increase the likelihood of a positive response, reframe the task as an opportunity for the target to exercise their specific talents. Approach them and mention that their analytical skills are highly regarded. Use a phrase like, "I need an expert's advice on this specific report." This framing changes the nature of the request. It appeals to their desire for recognition, making the task a way for them to validate their standing in the office. Because the project is now tied to their reputation as an expert, they have a personal stake in the outcome. They are often more likely to produce high-quality work in this scenario, as the final result now serves as a reflection of the expertise they want to project. When executed correctly, the defensive barriers are gone, and the project is being handled by a colleague who feels valued for their contribution. This methodical approach is far more effective than trying to force compliance. It relies on a clear understanding of human nature and social dynamics. If you want to refine your understanding of these professional dynamics, subscribe to the channel for more detailed breakdowns. Let me know in the comments, which of these methods do you plan to apply in your own workspace? Recognizing the underlying mechanics of social influence is the key to moving beyond simply reacting to your environment and beginning to shape it.